For later in the year at the World Championships. Sam Atkin has made it into the team because of Charlie Grice having to pull out. And let's not forget the tough day this guy had yesterday, because he had to run a 3:42 1500-meter heat, and then he ran a 7:51 qualification. That was much quicker than he would have, I think, thought or expected. Henrik running this event, not running the 1500, and of course their other brother Philip was disqualified in the 1500 if you weren't watching yesterday. Men's 3000 final. So it'll be really interesting to see whether anybody really wants to take them on. Do you test the youngster? Do you see if he's got a little bit of tiredness in those legs? Do you make it a hard race? Andy Butchard's gone to the front and he's sprinted away. This is Andy just having a bit of fun, to be fair. And nothing to see here, as they say. He's just gone out there, stretched the legs out a little bit, and there's Henrik Ingebrigtsen now to the front. Paula, so when we're listening to Geert talking about, I don't give them tactics, and you know, I'm a nice, quiet. Dad does have a big say in this whole thing, doesn't he? He's the man driving all of this, the master behind everything.
He definitely is, and I think the boys, and probably Ingrid would also be the first to say that he's a fairly tough taskmaster, and yeah, he might not spell it out to them exactly in front of the other ones, but I'm sure there are some indications of maybe suggested tactics for that race. But they also are very good at thinking on their own feet, and they're very different as well. I think Henrik is very much the calming one of the three.
Well, this pole vault continues. Claudio Michel Stecchi, 5:75. Final chance to stay involved. Lissek's clear. Wojciechowski's clear. Can the Italian join them? No. And game over for Stecchi. Has to settle for fourth place, equal fourth at the moment. 3 fouls and his work is done. Melkesvard Jakobsen. Well, only 4 remain, and another third-time effort for the Swede. Oh, and that's much better, though. How about that for a pressure jump? 5:75. Jakobsen joins the 2 poles, Wojciechowski and Lissek, of 5:75. How about that? Well, only one other man involved other than the 2 poles, and the Swedes who are both already clear. Can the youngster join them? Corrales, 19 years of age. Final chance. Oh, that plant was slightly behind him. Very close indeed, though, and he knows it. So 3 fouls. Corrales will have to settle for equal fourth with Stecchi of Italy. 3 remain, just the order in which the medals will be allocated.
So back in the 3,000-meter final, they've done more than 1,000 meters of this. It's not quick. Laura Muir would be very comfortably sitting in this pack if she were running this, Paula. So they're playing a little bit in Ingebrigtsen's hands. I just thought somebody might try and, you know, just come, let's see if there's something in the legs there, a little bit of tiredness. But so far, nobody's attempted to do that. Sam Parsons, the American now running for Germany, is the only one looking like he's thinking about it.
Yeah, as you said, that Lee Anderson pushed his way out of the back there to move to the front, but he hasn't actually done anything. I think Laura Muir might be a few hundred meters up the track ahead of them. And certainly her or Klosterhalfen might have made a move to get this moving, because you want to see a great race. You want to see Jakob Ingebrigtsen tested and the other guys really taking the race to him. And they can't think that they can outwit him if they let this go to a 1,500-meter race. So they need to try and see if there is any residual fatigue from those 2 close races yesterday, and if he has been weakened in any way.
Well, you know, they know how good a 1,500-meter runner he is. You know, with all due respect, Andy Butchard isn't. Lots of other people aren't. but they're just going to allow him to take it as Koval, who himself isn't a bad 1500-meter runner, moves to the front. Jakob Ingebrigtsen just easily glides around onto his shoulder, doesn't want to give up a dominant position in the race, and Butchart moving a little bit closer. Chris O'Hare won't mind this at all, and with Chris's speed, he could still yet be a danger to Jakob, and certainly this is enhancing his chances.
I think it is. He's a little bit boxed at the moment, but he's keeping quiet, he's keeping his powder dry, and he's saving his energy. He's still learning very much about racing the 3,000 meters, Chris, and he's, I think, been a little bit of a calming influence on Andy Butchart, but I think Andy's tactics should be different at this point. He doesn't have the speed that Chris has, and these guys are a little bit like a pack of cards at the minute. They just keep shuffling themselves, but nobody's actually really doing anything significant in the race, and Jakob is just sitting at the front, controlling it.
I'd like to see Chris get out of the position he's currently in. They're coming around with 5 laps to go this time, and he's just a little bit tight for him there. It will stretch out when somebody makes a move, but I think when the move is made of this slow pace, you don't want to give too many yards away. So Chris is a little boxed. Andy Butchart in a much better position with 5 laps to go. So 5:32. I mean, this is pedestrian for these guys at this pace, so it's going to be an absolute burn-up. Koval from the 2 Ingebrigtsens, then Leanderson, and then starting to push and shove, and O'Hare looking for a bit of room, looking for a bit of daylight to get out as Badrani comes round him.
Yeah, Chris was just able to move to the side and track Badrani around, so he's got himself out of that box. I'm a little bit surprised that the recent German duo of Bartelsmeyer and Parsons haven't done anything to try and get this pace moving yet. They're sitting at the back and have not really done anything, and now Ingebrigtsen hits the pace, and now you get the feeling it's just going to wind up from here.
And Chris is just 5 to 6 meters adrift. He's got to close that gap, because this is just going to get quicker, as Paula said. Jakob Ingebrigtsen will not want to give up this now from the front, so he's not really kicked hard yet. They're coming round with 600 meters left, 3 laps. The 2 Ingebrigtsen brothers, the older Henrik, the younger Jakob. Chris O'Hare, Andy Butchart getting closer. Leanderson of Sweden in between O'Hare and the Ingebrigtsens. I'd go round him if you can, and he's thinking about it. Just do it now. There he goes into a better position.
A much better position, and this is a gradual wind-up. I've just been shown the last stats, a 30-second lap, then a 29-second lap. It's going to keep getting quicker, and you need to be within striking distance. You need to be right where Chris O'Hare is, on the shoulder of Ingebrigtsen, because he knows what his brother's doing.
Bartelsmeyer trying to get back involved as well, but he's adrift as Badrani trying to hang on to these top 4. Chris O'Hare in a good position, and here comes the real kick. Henrik is first to go. Jakob has a little look to see if there's any danger, and Chris O'Hare struggling to go with them. The 2 Ingebrigtsens moving away in the last 300 meters. Now Chris has got to commit himself early. There's a medal for him. He's got to try and go with the 2 Norwegians, not leave too much too late. He can have Henrik Ingebrigtsen in the last 200 as Jakob goes past. It's not over yet. Jakob Ingebrigtsen, the European outdoor champion, his older brother chasing him home, and Chris O'Hare is in with a chance. He's going to get a medal. What colour is it going to be? Jakob Ingebrigtsen, the 18-year-old, kicks away again. It's going to be another gold for this super sensation from Norway. But Chris O'Hare fighting for the silver medal. Jakob Ingebrigtsen gets the gold. Chris O'Hare the silver. Henrik Ingebrigtsen with one last lunge tried to snatch it out of O'Hare's hands, but I think he's hung on to the silver. Timed his effort well, timed it right. Nothing you could do about this champion, this incredible talent. Jakob comes to congratulate his brother. They picked up 2 medals again for the family to add to their growing list of incredible achievements. But what a run from Chris O'Hare, great effort. The race was suiting him all the way through, perfectly